Hello, I'm Darryl Condon. I'm Managing Partner at HCMA Architecture and Design in Vancouver.
And I'm Steve DiPasquale, Architect and Director of Design, also at HCMA in Vancouver.
We'd like to share with you a little bit about what drives our purpose in operating this studio on urbanism this fall at Sala.
Our practice is committed to enhancing Vancouver's urban commons by really challenging people to see parts of the city differently.
This laneway used to look a lot like most others in town, but we imagined that we could transform what was a gray, unremarkable alley into a place people really wanted to be. We imagined that alleys could do way more than they're currently doing in Vancouver. We felt that this laneway in the heart of the financial district could serve as a respite of color, fun, and play, as well as being a place to park service vehicles and garbage bins. So we put up a few basketball hoops, painted a variety of overlapping sports lines on the ground, and carried all that color up the walls to give an immersive feel to the space. And it has done the job of attracting people. We then carried what we learned in Alley-Oop into the design of Ackery's Alley. We imagined we could take all the interior iconography of the entertainment district's performance venues, brass railings, red velvet curtains, and democratize it by bringing it all outside for everyone to enjoy. Alex Beam and his crew at Tangible Interaction helped us realize our animating vision for a three-dimensional instrument of light and sound you play with your body. Harbor Deck was a self-initiated speculative project to imagine how we might further extend urban space into Vancouver's water. Situated in Cole Harbour at the terminus of the major public corridor of Butte Street, Harbor Deck is not quite a pool and not quite a park or a pier either. It puts forward a new kind of waterfront for Vancouverites to use. At a different scale, but equally as important, we also operate an artist-in-residence program where projects sometimes bleed out into urban space. Our collaboration with Alex Beam yielded a run of oversized inflatable jacks, alien forms that always activate a sense of playful curiosity in those who encounter them. And David Ellingson's photographs highlight the precarity of endangered species in the Pacific Northwest. Krista Jonke's A Stable World That Will Last Forever, displayed at the Olympic Village SkyTrain station, is the stuff of science fiction, showing us a Vancouver that is at once familiar and unrecognizable. We've been inspired by these artistic provocations and took the opportunity to craft a critical artifact of our own. Part architectural model, part artwork, Who Is This For is HCMA's contribution to 2023's Time, Space, Existence exhibition, a show that runs concurrently with the Architecture Biennale in Venice, Italy. The work is a scaled composite of 11 global city grids, stitched together to form one urban space. Each grid has been chosen for its specific manifestation of design inequalities: social, economic, ableist. Move closer and the vibrant color splashed across the work reveals stories of lived experiences. These perspectives offer snapshots of life in a city that does not support everyone equally. For the purposes of this studio, we might do well to ask the same question of Vancouver in 2024. Who is this city for? Vancouver has been undergoing changes similar to other major cities around the world. Escalating costs of land and living are pushing some of its population aside, and in some cases, all the way out. Among them are the artists, craftspeople, cooks, writers, photographers, filmmakers, musicians, actors, dancers, all those who constitute the city's apparatus of cultural production, who are finding it nearly impossible to balance the costs of living with the costs and challenges of practicing their craft. The central impediment for the creative class is the scarcity of affordable space to produce, practice, and perform. These spaces, the key to a thriving creative culture in our city, have been disappearing as older buildings with inexpensive studios and practice spaces are replaced with new developments not conceived to reinstate arts-related programming. Our city is now facing the very real and very serious prospect of losing the Vancouverites who delight, thrill, provoke, and innovate. That artists tend to struggle financially is by now a well-worn meme in popular culture, but the raw economic data suggests they make a surprisingly significant contribution to the ecology of a healthy city. Those in charge of citycraft understand the importance of the creative class and are investing time and money to conceive and realize the infrastructure required to retain them. According to their own published reports on the issue, the city of Vancouver is set to position arts and culture at the center of city building.
If the city wishes arts and culture to become core drivers of city building, this offers designers of the built environment the opportunity to help shape the contours of this new mandate. Everything from high-level policy and regulations to the contours of formal and material response.
This studio makes this opportunity its point of departure. The class will meet on Tuesday and Friday afternoons and will do 3 projects exploring built form and program in urban space, each escalating in scale and complexity, 1 working in groups and 2 working solo.
The class will do 3 site visits. All of the sites are within the downtown area or in the Mount Pleasant area and are easily accessible by transit. The studio will be guided by the questions that emerge from the conditions we've set out in our introduction, as well as the investigations and site analysis that we do.
So we want to know, how can we use our imaginations to see space in the urban commons, fallow parking lots, underutilized structures, prime but mysteriously derelict lots, as available for the project of building cultural infrastructure?
And how might we challenge any encumbering regulations to open up new possibilities for this infrastructure to best serve the ambitions of the city's mandate to position arts and culture at the forefront of city building?
How can we envision this infrastructure as also activating public space and extending time for 24-hour use?
And how can we seize upon and expand creative business models of development that can fund this infrastructure to help ensure a healthy arts and culture sector in perpetuity?
And how can we leverage our commitment to urbanism as lovers of cities to answer the question, who is this city for?